Yo, man, it's almost 4:30. I gotta get the fuck out of here.
This is the social norm.
1, 2. You want top dollar and pop bottles and drop knowledge. Hit the throttle on nice autos without college. Do yourself a solid, put them boys on your screen. Wait, who do you mean? I mean canteen and beans. When the social norm is on, you better pay attention. They teach you lessons, make you laugh when you're stressing. Must I mention that the style is infectious? I gotta have it, The rapid fire gabbing on my tablet. My boys established a gamut of information from relations to dating to when your leader gets impatient. They're lacing the nation every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 4:30. The Social Norm Podcast, you heard me?
It's the social norm.
And I'm just getting warm.
It's the social norm.
And I'm just getting warm.
It's the social.
Yeah. Yo. You already know what it is, man. We back at it again with another one. Hey, I'm your boy Canteen. This is my man Beans.
What's up, y'all?
Hey, it's the social norm. We talk to you fellas, talk to y'all, make y'all open y'all minds, make y'all be the best y'all can be, make y'all think a little different. You know what I mean? Now, today, we got another banger for y'all. Today's Monday. I know y'all had a good ass weekend, so let's get right into it. I got to give y'all a disclaimer. This is me and Bean's personal opinion. This is not the end all be all. This is not the factual. This is not the who said it and why. This is just how we see things in society. And y'all got y'all opinions. We got ours. So we're going to respect them both. You feel me? All right, bet. Now, today's episode, I know it's a little sketchy, but it's why are you a scared little bitch?
All right.
Now, I know y'all like, man, what Canteen, what you talking about? Why are you a scared little bitch? I see so many men today. It's just a different type of man, Beans. It really is.
Yeah.
They not the same man that our grandfathers, our great-grandfathers, our fathers were. We too soft. And it's just crazy. I don't understand it. Please make me understand this. Now, I got a little PowerPoint because I got to do my little PowerPoint thing. And the reality is there's a lot of reasons why you're a scared little bitch. There's a lot of reasons. But the number one reason is this. And I got to show it to you. It's your fears control you. So many times when you was a little kid, I don't know if it was a fucking dog that bit your ass. I don't know if it was a girl who made fun of you and embarrassed you. I don't know what it is. You only know what it is. But you let fears control you.
Okay.
Now, have you ever had that happen to you?
As far as
what makes you
afraid of whatever I'm afraid of?
Yeah.
Well, for me, I have a insane fear of heights. Like it's paralyzing.
And that feeling right there, it really does do something to you. I ain't gonna lie. I've been scared of a lot of things, and I got it from my father because he's a scaredy cat. Anytime he does something, it's like he jumps at it, and so I see anything move, it makes me scared. But I'm starting to, as I get older, and I do this show, and we talk to people, I'm starting to get further along to where fear is not controlling me anymore.
Yes, I totally agree.
But it's so many of us modern men who are literally living in fear, and they don't even realize it because they don't take the actions that they need to take to get past that. Now, like I said, fear, it controls you. You got to let this fear not control you and not have that effect of, oh, I'm not going to do anything. And the reason why is because you run away from failure instead of embracing it. Every time you failed in life, you just stopped. You ran from it. You didn't want to push through. Now, one of the main examples that I see this is, you ever go running?
Mm-hmm.
And when you start running and you haven't been working out, you start getting that pain in your side.
Mm-hmm.
I call that the fat man pain. Like you just literally, it's like
your body start cramping up.
Your body telling you what is you doing? We don't do this. But from that, you literally, if you keep pushing past that, your body goes into what you called it,
The runner's high.
a runner's high,
Yeah.
to where the pain's gone. You don't feel it anymore. And that's just like anything in life. Anytime you're fearful of something, or it causes pain, or it causes uncomfortability, what's it called?
Discomfort.
Yeah, discomfort.
There you go. Wow.
You literally have to embrace that. You have to sit there and say, okay, I was uncomfortable in that scenario, but that's one scenario. I failed at that one moment. Let me go ahead and try another version of this. Let me keep pushing and trying out different versions. And eventually what's going to happen is you're going to be like, oh my God, it doesn't hurt no more. Like me going up and talking to girls, it doesn't hurt for her to say, oh, I'm not interested. Okay.
Yeah. That's why men like that a lot of men can handle rejection, because that first one is always painful.
It's always painful.
Because it's always a girl you really liked.
But
when they hit you with it.
But can you actually remember your first rejection?
No, I can't.
I can't even think of it.
I can't either.
It's so far back.
It has happened. But
every man has happened to.
Yeah. And when you're young, like you said, you feel like it's the end of the world.
But we've gotten so feminized that we literally take it like how women take it. See, the reason this is the difference between men and women. Men have balls and women don't. That's why they don't fucking go up to you and try to talk to you, because they're scared. They let fear control them. They don't fucking sit there and say, oh, a beautiful woman can say, I'm not going to talk to no man. Why? One, because she knows men are going to come talk to her. And two, she doesn't want to put herself out there because she's scared of failure. She's scared of rejection.
Rejection, yes.
Man,
everybody's afraid of rejection at one point.
Being afraid is fine.
Yes.
Staying afraid and not embracing the failure of doing something is not fine in life.
That's true.
As a man. And I think we as men have lost that. We literally are so scared of going and becoming the best we can be. It's why would any woman want to follow you when you fail every time and you run away from it? You let fear control you. Why would any woman want to be with you?
Why would anybody want to
be around
you?
And I just don't understand it. I want to know why. Fellas, let me know. Oh, what up, Brian? Shout out Brian. Shout out Mike. All you guys watching. So you got to understand that failure is something to embrace. Don't run from it. Anytime it starts getting tough, fuck it. Just say it is what it is. This part of the process.
Just power through it.
Now,
the fear is always going to be there.
The reason you don't do it is because of fear. And then also is you don't take action. Now, you can sit around all day. You can read every book in the goddamn library. And you can sit there and learn about how to get in shape. You can learn about how to talk to girls. You can learn about how to sew. You can learn how to do anything. But until you actually start doing it, nothing's going to happen.
I think they call it putting theory into practice. I think that's what it's called.
Practice makes perfect. You got to start actually doing it. If you want this thing, give you an example. Let's say you go look at yourself and you have a problem. Let's say you have a drinking problem. And you know that that's something you really want to fix about yourself. Well, one of the steps you might want to do is stop hanging around people who drink.
Exactly.
You have to take that steps in action to actually do it. If you just sit there and say, I really want to stop drinking. I really want to stop drinking. What the fuck you think is going to happen?
You're going to go right back to it. You're not even going to quit it.
It's just that simple. I don't understand how else to describe it. It's that simple. You got to figure out what you want in life and start taking actions towards it. Just start doing it.
Because you're not going to change.
You're not going to change.
No, you're never going to go anywhere. You can talk, like you said, you can talk about it all day. And after a while, people ain't going to believe you. I know people who told me, oh, I'm going to stop drinking. And after a while, I'm like, dude, just
and ain't nothing,
get out of here.
Ain't nothing worse than seeing somebody that they just talk about stuff over and over and over, but then they never actually implement anything.
Exactly.
They complain about stuff. They sit there and make excuses of why they're this or why they're that or
Mhm.
why the world won't let them have these things, but they don't take any steps to do it.
Nope. You gotta stop making excuses.
So
Sometimes it's you keeping you from your own success.
no, all times,
All
it's
times
you.
it's you. There you go.
There's nobody else but you. I don't care if you sit there and say, "Oh well, girls don't like me." Well, why don't girls like you? Look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, and that's what we're getting back. Let me go ahead and I'm going ahead of time.
Mhm.
Look yourself in the mirror and ask this question: would you find yourself interesting if you met yourself on the street? See, what happens is when you sit around and go look in that mirror face to face and you talk to yourself, what's going to happen is two things. One, you're going to talk, and every time you start lying, you're going to know immediately you lying. I'm
Yeah.
bullshitting myself.
Yeah.
You ain't nothing worse. My father always told me, he said, it's a poor man to lie to himself. And I always be like, why do you always say that? It's a poor man to lie to himself. Because it's true. Once you lie to yourself, what else is there? You'll never succeed if you're going to keep lying to yourself.
Exactly.
So I was just like, oh man, now all this as you get older, it starts clicking to me. I'm like, damn, what he be telling me is like wise for real. I never thought like my father was real wise, man.
Well, yeah, you never realize how wise your fathers are until you get older, until you get about their age. Like,
and then it starts clicking. It
yeah,
starts making
like
sense.
you are the age your father was when you said it, and for some reason it
clicks. It finally
clicks.
clicks, and I'm like, oh my god.
Because you know why? Because when we're young, it sounds crazy. Like your father just, what was the saying he just said?
It's a poor man to lie to himself.
Now, when you're young, you just like, what?
Get that shit out of here, man.
Yeah,
I'm
what
not
are you
trying to hear
talking
that.
about? But then, like you said, you're older now. You're like, okay,
And I
that
think
makes
about it, I'm like, yeah,
that makes a lot of
you
sense.
know, you sit around. You got people who have addictions. You got people who have a learning disability. They have all these different things. But they don't want to overcome it because they say, oh well, I'll just accept it as is. But then they'll deny why they are the way they are because they just accepted it. You know what I mean?
You can't do that.
Dude,
Like you can get past this if you really
wanted to.
If you really wanted to.
But then they make excuses and say, "Oh, no, I can't because of this." No, you're lying to yourself. You know you're lying to yourself.
Yeah.
But it sounds good.
Yep.
It sounds good to tell everybody else this is why I'm not where I'm supposed to be.
Like I'll give you an example. Like a friend of mine who he's always fighting with his woman.
Mm-hmm.
If someone's always in some type of drama or something like that, I used to tell him, like, listen, you pick these women because you like the drama. You like this stuff.
Yeah.
He's like, no, they do this and this. I was like, no, it's you. I said, you're the constant in every one of these situations. You do it because that's what you like.
But then you fight with them because they just in denial. They're in denial.
Yeah.
Now, I wasn't gonna talk about this, but I just feel like once again, when I was talking about how men are not stepping up to the plate and being men, not only do you have to look at yourself in the mirror and realize who you are as a man, but you gotta realize your offspring, the women that are in your life, everybody else is affected by how you see yourself.
That's true.
If you don't see yourself as a man of strength, as a man that can do what needs to get done, and maybe it's because we don't know. Maybe young guys today don't know how to get things done. But there's something inside you that is just built as being a man that you gotta really drop your nuts and say, I'm not taking it no more. I'm not gonna be a victim. I'm not gonna sit around and make excuses of why I can't handle certain situations, why I can't do certain things, why I ain't where I need to be. Because I just see this and it shocks me because I'm like, what type of people are raising you, or what type of problems or effects have you had in life that make you so feminine?
I don't know. That's a tough answer because everybody's situations, experiences are different.
like I
Like,
get
like-
you get beat down. You get beat down mentally. Men in modern worlds, we get beat down emotionally, you know, by talking down to us. People talk down to us, say we're not this, we're not that. Ladies, they use their weapon. Their weapon is their mouth. And they talk down to you, and eventually you start to believe the nonsense that people in the world are
Yes.
telling you. But what you got to do is ask yourself and have a conversation in yourself in the mirror and say, okay, let's say I am those things they say I am. What next?
Yeah.
Are you gonna keep being those things? Or are you gonna sit there and say, fuck this, I'm not gonna be weak, I'm not gonna be soft, I'm gonna handle things how a strong man will handle things.
You ever watch this show on
What?
MTV? I think it's either MTV or VH1. It's called True Life.
100%. I love that show.
Okay, so there was one episode where this kid wanted to be a model.
Okay.
But he just didn't have that, you know, he was overweight and he had braces and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they sent actually a coach to him, like one of them trainers.
Yes.
And what the dude did, he took a picture of him and blew it up against the wall. And he said, "You want to be a model?" He said, "Yes." This is what we're gonna do. We said I kid you not. He said, "Look at everything." He made him look at himself and said, "What are all the things you don't like about yourself?" And dude, he said, he made him say them out loud, and he kept circling. Like, it's like, you know, I wish I had a tighter chest, I wish I had abs, and everything he said, he circled. He said, we're gonna work on it. We're gonna build you a body.
Yeah.
And that's basically, and
did he do it?
He did it. He ended up doing it.
Because that's the thing. How bad do you really want to be what you want?
What you want to be.
Because if you're not where you want to be, you got to ask yourself, okay, what do I got to do to get there? Because the steps is simple. It's just the actions is hard.
Yeah, that's basically what he was saying. And there was another one where dude wanted to talk to women. He's like this little nerdy dude. He's just like, it's like, listen, all this is an easy fix. Everything you want to do, you're making it into a mountain. It's easy fix. You can change your clothes, you can change your hair, you can change all these things. It said you can change all these things, but you still have to go out and talk to these women.
That's the thing. You get so many men who say, okay, and I'm guilty of this. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I was guilty of this. I kept on trying to figure out why am I not happy? Why am I not fulfilled with what I'm doing in life?
Mm-hmm.
This was about 4 or 5 years ago. So I was sitting there saying, man, you know what? I could be so much more than what I am, but I don't know how to get there. So I said, you know what? I'm going to be a millionaire. If I become a millionaire, I know I got to be happy then because I achieved something that a lot of people don't achieve. So I started investing. I started buying rental properties. I started doing things that would help me grow wealth. And I started growing. I started building wealth up. And then you notice I told you about things and I got you to started investing.
Yep.
So I started doing all these things. And then I start hitting that, you know, you start off with $100. Then I start off with $1,000. Then I start getting $10,000. Then I start getting $50,000. At some point, I'm starting to hit these milestones. And it's cool for a second. But then I start realizing like I'm still not happy. Then I'm like, is it because I'm hitting these milestones and I'm like, why am I not happy? Why is that? It's because internally, money ain't gonna solve the problem of how you feel inside.
Exactly. That's where that phrase "money can't buy you happiness" comes from.
You can't feel if you don't have respect for yourself. I don't care how much money you have, how much designer clothes you have, how much fucking jewelry, cars, whatever. If you don't feel good about yourself inside, it ain't gonna matter.
That's why you get these millionaires who kill themselves.
And not for nothing, this is why you get these millionaires who get bad bitches, get these women, but can't keep them.
Yeah,
you know why you can't keep them? Because you don't feel worthy of having them. It don't matter how much money you got. It matters about how you feel as a man. That's why you see dudes who have nothing and they pulling women and keeping them.
Exactly.
These women are washing their dirty drawers because they feel like they the motherfucking king.
When I was a teenager, that used to boggle my mind. Like, Like you be busting your behind getting this money because they tell you when they used to tell me, you know, you want a girlfriend, you
Get
gotta
money.
have money, you gotta have this, you gotta have that. But you got
They
Tyrone, don't got no job. He don't
That's
do
breaking their back off. And you sit there and you think, okay, well, maybe I'm not good. Maybe I'm not this. Maybe I'm not the best lover. Okay, so if I'm not the best lover, then I'm gonna go be rich. It's either this. Maybe you're not handsome enough, so I'm gonna go get rich. Women don't think I'm pretty, so I'm gonna go get rich, and then they gotta think then they gotta fuck with me because I got this much money. No, they gonna fuck with you for the money. That's it.
That's it.
It's not gonna
you.
be genuine.
You're not gonna be happy.
She gonna trick you off because you gotta realize something. Riches come and go.
Yes.
You could be broke as a joke and then be the richest man in Babylon, and then 1 second you can be broke again. So at the end of the day, if you got women because of money, once the money goes, the women go.
And another thing is, people don't realize you're gonna be wondering if she's with you for the money.
You ain't gotta wonder.
I mean,
you gonna know.
You gonna know.
Because
You definitely gonna know.
Because I'm gonna tell you what happens. Any man who don't got substance gonna leave with his wallet. He gonna show off what he got. Look, this is what I got. I got a brand new car. I got this. I know men like that who literally every time you get into a discussion, they bring up how much money they got. They bring out what because that's what they feel like is of value for them. See, if you didn't feel like that was your only value, you wouldn't even bring that shit up.
Yeah.
I half the time when I have, you know what I have. I don't. Do you ever see me talk about like what money I got?
No.
I don't give a because it ain't because I realized as I started making money, it didn't matter.
Exactly.
Because I don't want a woman that wants me for money. I want a woman that wants me for me. And that's what you fellas got to realize. You got to want somebody for you, but you got to want you first. You got to stop letting fear control the narrative of how you live your life.
You know, it's crazy because I watched some video on Facebook. It was some like Dalai Lama dude. And he was saying, people need to realize that fear is what could happen. Most people fear what could happen and not what did happen.
Oh my God.
So essentially, you're fearing nothing.
Exactly.
You're
fearing your mind. Your mind is taking over you.
Yeah. He said people who fear about plane crashes. Yes, the plane could crash.
But it could land.
But it could land.
Look, okay, so I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna say who it is because I don't want to put them out there like that. But I got somebody in my life who literally all they do is talk about negative things happening that could happen. To the point where I'm gonna tell you how bad this is. It could be Christmas. You know, there's a lot of drunk drivers gonna die tonight. That's the type of stuff that this person says.
Are they depressed?
I believe they have to be because I say, why do you always talk negatively about things that you think are going to happen? I'm just being real. I'm just keeping it real. No, see, what you're doing is you're making a narrative that isn't real.
Yeah, you keeping it real depressing.
Yeah,
bro. Like,
and it makes it where people don't want to be around you because you're always talking negative.
I haven't learned with people like that. You gotta, and I hate to say it, like you gotta keep talking to them because eventually it's gonna come out, whether it be on purpose or on accident, what makes them talk like this.
Yeah,
it's always that. Oh, now I see.
But I know what it is. It's because they're insecure about what they feel about themselves. You see, it's not hard to see who's insecure and who's not because anybody who's insecure will portray it. I'm not saying we are a little insecure about something,
some way,
but you can tell someone who has a feminine, as a man, has feminine features, feminine attitude around him because everything is such. He's not calm. He's not collected. He doesn't sit there and think things through. He just reacts. He blows up. He gets mad about stuff. See, bro, you got to bring that femininity out of you, bro. You got to get it out of you. And start bringing some more masculinity in you. Whereas you say, look, man, it ain't that serious. I'm a man, dude. Before anything, I'm going to go ahead and figure out how a man's supposed to do it. You sitting there yipping and yelling and crying about why things ain't the way they're supposed to be. Man, cool it. Just cool it. It's not even that. But nowadays we so feminized because you see how they push in the society where they say, oh, a man, there shouldn't be no definition of a man. What are you talking about? There
They
should
are
be a definition of a man.
They are blurring these lines, man. It's just insane.
These are pretty boys. Who is that? Oh, I don't even know who said that. But no, they're trying to blur the lines because they don't want men to know what a man is. We got guys growing up and they don't realize you don't understand how important you really are, fellas, to the society of the whole, to the woman, to the children. You are a king. And as a king, women need men to the point you don't understand. You ever see, and somebody said this, look at how if you take a woman, you take 10 women and put them in a television show. You don't have to do anything. Put 10 women in a room together and let them go. What's going to happen?
It's going to be cat fights. It's going to be
cat fight drama. It's going to be bickering. It's going to be everything. It's going to be chaos.
That is a true stereotype.
You can't take 10 men and put them in a room together and leave them there. I guarantee you the first 2 episodes might be exciting. After that, it's gonna be kumbaya motherfucking y'all.
Yeah.
Because the dudes is gonna understand how to structure each other, what you can get away with and what you can't get away with. Look, we gonna have structure in this fucking house. That's how men do.
Yeah.
But we lost that somewhere, and we don't know how to get it back. And how you get it back is stop caring about the result. Figure out what's wrong with you. Figure out if you gotta go get some counseling, go get some counseling, man.
Nothing wrong with it.
If you gotta go, don't shelter yourself. Don't get into a hermit where you like, I'm just gonna let it fuck women. See, I was at that point. You've been at that point where you sit there and blame women for why you not successful in life. Why you not successful with women? Why you not successful with your job? Why you not successful in how your body look? Why you not successful how you dress? It's you.
It all starts with you.
But you sit around and complain about women all day. And I'm talking to you just like I'm talking to myself. I was guilty of that. Complaining about what women do. See, women ain't gonna never change unless you change them. A woman could be a wild animal out there by herself, but then get around a man and he brings structure in her life, and guess what happens? She changed her whole how she act, her whole demeanor is. But that's because you are the rock. You sit around and say, "Oh, look, I'm holding myself to this standard, and anybody who come around me got to hold it to this standard too." Think about it. How many times you don't seen where women, that same woman who was acting up on one guy, then when she get with another guy, she cut all that shit out because he already showed her that we don't do that over here. But so I learned anytime your woman is out of line, anytime your woman is acting up, anytime it is a coachable moment. It's your way to coach her to say, look, I don't deal with women like that.
Yeah, this is not what we're gonna do.
And I'm guilty of it too. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all, fellas. Everything I'm talking about, I'm guilty of. To where when a woman did something I didn't like, I snapped on her. I snapped on her because I wasn't comfortable with myself to know how to handle that situation. He said personal accountability is first and foremost. That's a fact. You got to be accountable for yourself. Now, women, I can tell you right now, they're never going to be truly accountable for every action they do because they use hormones and why they, whatever. And that's fine. But it's up to you to say, look, like I'll give you, say your woman you go on a date with a girl, she's late. I almost lost a girl because I was sitting around, she was late for a date, and I was about to cancel the whole fucking date. Because I was on some red pill, my way or the highway bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
And I was about to lose a good girl.
I'm not going to stand for this disrespect.
Because I'm so insecure about her disrespecting me. But I didn't realize, when a woman disrespects you, that's not a time to snap on her. That's a time to correct the situation, correct the action, and say, look, hey, baby girl, I'm an on-time person, but I learned you gotta lead by example. If you don't want a woman to be late, don't ever be late.
Don't be late.
Be on time. If you don't want a woman to not yell, don't ever yell at her.
Mm-hmm.
Cause she's gonna reflect on how you handle yourself.
Yeah.
If you always screaming and cussing, guess what's gonna happen?
She gonna do the same. You escalate the situation.
And that I've seen this so many times when I talk to fellas, that I'll be like, why? Tell me what happened. She starts screaming, so I start screaming. And I'm like, well, that's your first problem right there. You stop, you jump right into that feminine mode she was in.
Yeah.
Stop being a little bitch.
I ain't gonna lie. I used to catch myself doing that because when she
they're gonna test you. They're gonna throw it.
Like,
they're gonna hit you with some haymakers. Because all women got is their voice. They can't beat your ass. I told y'all that from the jump. She can't whoop you. So all her weapon is her mouth. So she gonna say some disrespectful shit.
Yeah.
Especially if you're dealing with a woman that's been from the hood, been from the urban community. She gonna come out her side of her mouth because that's what she's been brought up on. But if you can show her a different way and be like, look, nah, that ain't how we doing things over here, baby girl. If you don't like that, you got to move around. Let's go with some of these comments. Hey, if you like the content, you already know what it is, man. Go ahead, hit a like, a share, tell a friend to tell a friend. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Let your friends know about this. And if you really like the channel, go and hit that Cash App. You know what I mean? Hit the one time with the one time. We ain't gonna be mad at y'all. You know what I mean? I gotta feed this man sometimes. He get hungry. You know, it helps out the channel.
I'm trying to build muscle here, y'all. I need some real food.
Yeah, you know what I mean? He over here eating, kibbles and bits. It's a struggle out here. So, but we appreciate everybody who rocking with us right now.
Todd Dennis said, y'all deep, fam. And he also said, y'all preaching today. Shay said, stop working on low energy vibes. Shay, you still here? What do you mean by that? Yeah, that is. I mean, low energy vibe. I don't know what she meant. She gonna have to tell us. And Jimmy said, I get what you mean, but I don't take in strays and attitude. Okay, so this is the thing. And this, Jimmy, let me explain something to you. Women gonna come with attitude. That's how they're built. But how you react to it is the difference. See, I learned, and then this is just me learning from this. I used to always snap. Why is she? Look. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what happened. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all a story. When I was working, when I first got into law enforcement, I wanted to show how much of set the precedent right then and there that I'm not a person to be messed with. I'm gonna get respect any means necessary. And I went in all high and mighty, did my little roll around, told the guys what I'm gonna accept and what I'm not gonna accept. And you know what happened? Somebody came out the woodworks. I didn't even know who said it. It was like, shut up, fat ass. I didn't know how to handle it. I didn't. So I fucking was you at where we was at now, or this was somewhere else? No, not now. Okay, I'm an OG in the game now. Back then, this is rookie level. So I'm sitting there mad. I'm like, man, who said that? Who said that? You want to step up? They just laughed at me. So I said, man. So the next day I go and do it. Go back around, do my whole thing again. I sit there and I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm gonna accept. Tell y'all what I'm not gonna accept. What do you think happened? Shut up. What, didn't we tell you to shut the hell up, fat ass? I'm like, who the fuck? I'm even more mad. They giggling, laughing, sitting there like, oh God, you a fool. You up, so man. I go back. So I go to one of the old timers. I said, man, look, every time I do my go round, I tell them what's going on. I say, look, this is what I'm gonna accept. This is what I'm not gonna accept. He said, and I say they come out and blurt and call me fat ass and all this other stuff. I said, what do you do with that if you don't know who it is? He said, that's all. That's the only problem. I said, yeah. He said, oh, that's simple. I said, I said, what do you do? He said, all right, next time you go do your go round and you tell them what you're gonna handle, what you're not gonna handle. Somebody blurt something out. Don't matter who said it. Just pick somebody out over there. I said, pick somebody out. He said, yeah. I said, well, what happened? I said, well, what if he didn't say it? He said, it don't matter. Pick one. Just pick one. I said, why? He said, because if either say you pick the person and they did say it, well, you got the person that said it and you go ahead and give them a ticket. He said, if they didn't say it, guess what happened? They know who did say it because they was over there. And guess what's going to happen to the person who did say it that made this other person get a ticket? He's going to get dealt with. Go get got. See,
they handled it different because they was an OG in it. They knew how to handle something without sitting there getting all mad, flipping out. It solves a problem. This is what you got to do, fellas, when you're dealing with women. When a woman come out of line, she talk crazy to you, and you just have to address it in a calm way. Don't get emotional because that's what she's waiting for you to do. You sit there and say, you know what? We're not going to be doing this. I guess we're going to end this date tonight because you acting up. So you end it right there. You cut off the situation because what's going to happen is she going to learn that's not how to do things around him. Because if the same stuff, see what you don't realize, fellas, is she's doing that because she's bringing in what the old guy was. Whatever the old guy she had before, that's how she was trained. She was trained that way. So when she get to you, you have to retrain her and say, look, no, we don't do that here. Otherwise, it's not her fault. She just was used to a certain type of man.
That is very true. I think every man can testify to that.
Yeah.
They fighting battles that ain't even theirs.
But you got to be willing to understand that that's what you're doing. She don't want to be this way. Another man who didn't know how to treat a woman.
Yes, she's conditioned
exactly
to argue this way.
Everyone, see, one thing is when you deal with a woman who always argue, you realize she's been with men who argue with her. See, once you don't argue with her, guess what's gonna happen? She's gonna stop arguing. She can't argue with herself.
Yep.
Totally agree. What they saying?
Let's see. Shay said some people tend to move in such a low vibration that they'll suck all the positive and life out of you. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Well, then you need to just get away from them.
Yeah, you got to learn to cut people out your life.
That's the one thing.
Learning to do that.
Never be afraid to detach from somebody who's bringing negative energy to you. But fellas, I'm talking about as a man, when you're dealing with a woman that's your woman, she like come at you sideways. Don't look at it as though she bringing negative energy. Just realize this is what she was with this other guy. So you just correct it. Now, once you try to correct something and she doesn't want to accept the correction, that's when you have to detach and say, you know what? I can't do nothing with you. I tried to show you what it was, what I accept. You didn't want to realize that. So you got to go, baby girl. And don't be all get the fuck out of my house. Just be like, look, you got to go. Keep it always calm and cool, because what's gonna happen to you as soon as you start getting elevated and getting mad, she got you. Now you in her field, and she gonna and shit about to get ratchet, because that's what she gonna try to bring out you.
Definitely. Hill said when you said if you don't want a woman to yell, then don't yell at her. My wife said that's a good point.
Shout out to your wife. Your wife is an amazing, smart woman.
She sure is.
You know, because and she got to be a saint. She married you. I love you here. But
was it Jack said definitely say what needs to be said, but don't say something shitty then storm off. I will say this.
You talking about like a one-timer, like like oh, you saying
a
like,
low below hit him with something dirty.
Like, like a man or the woman? Because I know a woman that hit you with something dirty. She like, see, this is why, just like your father, and walk off. You know you have a bad relationship with your daddy. You talking about just like your father. That's why you're gonna be just like your father, die alone. Huh? What?
Listen, I'm guilty of. I let my wife talk trash. I let her just go in, and then
that's fine.
I used to hit her with the haymaker. I ain't gonna lie. If I knew I had her, I let her go in, and I just sit there and like.
That's when you hit her with. You done?
Yeah.
You done? Are you done? Let me know when you done.
Oh man,
you done?
She used to hate stuff like that. Or when I would she'd be mad about something like, yo, I'm gonna go to Burger King. You want to come on with me? It like totally dismissed the dismissed the art.
Well, that's why I always be like, look, when a girl, sometimes 9 out of 10, if a girl's just flipping out about any nonsense, it's either she's hungry or she wants some, but she just won't tell you that. So you just gotta understand how she moves. You know what I mean? Those are literally the two things. It's nothing else. she's hungry or she wants something from you. Because if she arguing about something, I told you to pour out the orange, it's all.
Yeah, I've had those arguments. Yeah.
You'd be like, hey, want your pussy ate? That throws her off.
That's like, what was that Tyler Perry movie? Why'd I Get Married? That chick was mad at Marcus the whole time. He said, you know what? I know what you want. And he just threw her on her bed.
Yeah.
And just gave
That's all she wanted, dude. But that's simple. Don't get mad with a woman just because she get mad. That's like, that's what a woman would do. A woman would get mad. If a man was mad, he flipped out, she's gonna usually most of the time get mad. She's not gonna think things through a lot of times and say, well, maybe he just wants some head. Or you know what I mean? Because I'm not saying men can't get hangry, but it's very rare. Like if we really are hungry and we mad, we just go get
We're just gonna eat.
We're just gonna get some food. But I feel like a lot of times women don't want to just go get food. They want you to say, let's go get some food, because they don't want to seem greedy, even though we know y'all greedy. I don't know why y'all try to front, but we know y'all bust out greedy.
Shay said, I'm fine. Don't mind cutting people off. I would just add to the combo. Okay. And Jimmy said, normalize kicking these scallywags out your life.
This dude, Jimmy just want to fight. All right, Jimmy, I ain't mad at you.
I mean, it's true.
So look, what did we learn, y'all? This is how you stop being a little bitch. First off, stop caring about the result, fellas.
Mm-hmm.
The result don't really fucking matter. What matters is you taking action and actually doing it. Meaning, let's say you want to work out, but you ain't never worked out in a minute. Just find a couple workout routines, some push-ups, some sit-ups, some pull-ups. That's simple. And just start doing them. You get 10 of them things, cool, you get 10. You get 5, it doesn't matter. You get 100, it don't matter. But guess what? You did it. All right? Now, second is be honest with yourself and don't lie. That means I don't care if you got to do this every day. I don't care if you got to do this in the morning or in the night. Look in the fucking mirror. Tell yourself, hey, say what's wrong. Say what you need to do today. Say whatever you got to tell yourself, but you know when you lying. If you say you're going to go to the gym today, look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself you're going to the gym. Make sure because you know when you look yourself if you really going to that damn gym or not. Now, number 3, get out and start doing it today. Okay? That means if you want to do, like, say you want to be around people that work out, you need to go to the damn gym. If you want to be around people that like to go to the club, then you need to take your ass to the club. But you got to start doing something and putting yourself out there, because sitting at your house and not doing anything ain't getting nothing done because you ain't taking no action. All right. And it's just simple. Rinse and repeat. Do the same shit every day. All right. That's all. That's literally what it is. You got to start having some respect for yourself. Respect yourself, and everything else is going to come afterwards. What you got to say? Go ahead.
Jack said, that's not entirely true. Some of us are oddballs and need to verbally spar with someone who's not going to be a bitch about things. He said it's a typo.
It's not entirely true. Some of us you are oddballs, and see what you just said. You an oddball. That AKA mean you a feminine man. Verbally spar. You don't have to verbally spar. First off, these is women. Why are you verbally sparring with somebody? Who does that?
And the thing is, when you do that, be prepared, because
you see what you got to realize is when you go and argue with a woman, it's like you got a slingshot and she got a fucking fully bazooka.
Yes, she gonna hit you where it hurt.
Quicker than you,
and she gonna hit you where it hurt.
She knows things about you. Don't spar with a woman. You need to understand what you good at and what you not good at. Sparring with women is not our forte, fellas. You know what our forte is? Being masculine, sitting there going around, directing a woman, guiding a woman, telling her, look, this is what we doing today. Hey, I want you to get dressed. Go ahead, wear that red dress I like, and we're gonna go ahead and have some good times. Okay, that's it. Directing her, and then keeping your masculine frame and going out there and getting them draws. That's all you need to be worrying about. All this sparring. Who the fuck wants to spar? Who want to argue with a woman? If you want to argue with a woman, you got more problems than you think.
She says, "Thank you. Why are you arguing with me?" Shit, who are you? We?
She's just saying in general. I think. What I mean,
Oh, okay.
she said, "Dude,
Oh,
missed a
okay.
couple
Yeah, yeah.
episodes and you forgot who I am." Who is that? I'm not looking at the screen. He the one who knows. See on my screen right here, I
Yeah,
can't
it
tell.
just says Facebook
It just
user,
says Facebook user,
and there's a delay too, cause
and you probably ain't clicked on our Facebook app or been a subscriber to our YouTube channel.
yeah, save the energy, redirect the energy, and keep it positive. Don't argue with us.
Oh, it's Jackie. Oh, shout out Jackie. What up? I ain't seen her in a yeah. You haven't been on the show in a while, but that's one of our first subscribers. That's one of the big, she OG in the building.
Yeah, she not on mine.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, and I love saying that. At the
end of the day,
at the end of the day, you
You're
can't.
right.
What up, gal? You can't sit around thinking things are gonna change if you don't actually take action to change them.
Yes.
Don't fight with women. Don't argue with women. Let her know. But you can see the reason why you argue and fight is because you don't know where you going. You don't know where you want to go, so you don't know where you taking her. And if you actually had a full out plan for this woman and knew exactly what you wanted from her, knew exactly what you plan on doing with her, you could direct her and tell her exactly what's going to happen. And I'm not even talking about marriage. I'm talking about that's one thing you can say. Oh, I'm looking for a wife. Okay, cool. You telling her this is what I'm looking for out of you. You could easily tell her I'm looking for just us just to have fun and occasionally mess around sometimes. If you let her know what it is, then you'll have a lot more easier time with a woman. But since you don't never let women know, they sit around fondling them, sitting there wondering, well, I wonder what we're doing with this.
Yeah.
When you get a woman to say, what are we doing? What are we? Where are we? Because she's wondering, because she's looking for guidance.
Yeah, she want to know what it is.
But so many of us men don't have guidance because we don't even know where we're going.
So true. Damn. So true.
I'm preaching today, y'all. And if you like to preach, hit that like, subscribe.
Give that love offering.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because he love to see it. Man, you know what I mean? We gonna keep rocking and rolling. What's today? Today's Monday. About 40 minutes in. I don't know if any topics y'all want us to talk about, but I just saw this, man. I'm just telling y'all, I just see so many different men out here who are not being men. They not even holding men cold no more. They just, the way they handle things is so crazy to me. I don't even know how to respond to it.
It's so disheartening. It really is. I mean,
and some of these men got kids. Some of these men is out here having kids with women, and they don't even know how to handle themselves as a man. How are you expecting to teach your kids or have your kids respect you when you don't even show respect to yourself? I can't blame the women for not respecting us. And I'm the first one to say it because I was in that. I'm still trying to learn from myself to where I literally was just like trying to be something I'm not. Like one thing I can tell y'all fellas, if you try to fake like you something, women can see. It's like they got, how Spider-Man got those spidey senses? They have that. They literally can tell a fake. It might take a little time because there's some real motherfuckers out there that can hide some shit, and make themselves like y'all seen. Go look on Netflix. What's that damn movie? The Tender Swindler. You can sit there and fake till cows come home about who you is. Make yourself look like somebody, but guess what? Eventually, a woman gonna find out you bullshitting.
Yeah, because sooner or later,
and she gonna expose you.
Mom said sooner or later you're gonna have to provide proof.
So
and it's gonna show sooner or later like what you really are.
And instead of you sitting there trying to fake you like you somebody, why don't you sit around and do the work and actually become somebody?
And be that person, yeah.
It's not. I know it's like if it was supposed to be easy, everybody would do it. Everybody could be. Go ahead.
Well, I just about to say everybody would be what they wanted to be, like that.
And then let me just say this, and this is just a side note. Okay, you see right now where we live in, where men are trying to be women, women trying to be men, right?
Yes.
Okay, what ended up happening? A man transitioned to a woman, became Woman of the Year? When have you seen a woman transition to a man and become Man of the Year? It's not gonna happen because it takes too fucking much to be a man.
He, you know what's crazy though? The crazy part is
I know I got sidetracked.
he lived his dream. He went out and did.
He became the best man he could be, and now he became the best
woman.
I know I keep talking trash about Bruce, but I just want y'all to understand, man, it literally takes time and just focus to start being the man you want to be. All it is just reflection. Look at yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Now I ain't gonna sit there and keep just rambling on and talking shit about, but I just want y'all to understand it's literally you that's holding back you.
That's it.
Not a woman, not your friends, not that job. It's you. Not the surrounding you live in. Get the fuck out. You got feet. Move.
Yeah.
You don't like where you living? Move. You don't like how much money you making? Guess what? Find out how to make more money. But understand first is you loving you.
That's it.
And stop being a little bitch. Hey, anything else you want to say, bro?
No, that's
Hey, I'm your boy Canteen. This my man Beans. It's a social norm, bro.
Man, y'all have a good
And
Monday.
don't forget to go ahead and put the one time. This man got to eat, man. Kibbles and bits.
I'm starving.
He's starving like Marvin, y'all. It's Monday. I know the week is about to start up. The man already got on y'all ass because he was like, why you late? It is what it is. We was having a good time on the weekend. But I want y'all to go ahead and get through the grind. Figure out what you got to do for yourself. Have that conversation in the mirror. Well, as soon as you get off here, get off of here right now and go have that conversation. And start doing something. I don't care if you do 10 push-ups. I don't care if you call one girl. I don't care if you go outside. Do something to make yourself a little better each day.
Each day.
All right? Like I said, it's a social norm, man. What you got?
We in church.
On, you better pay attention. They teach you lessons, make you laugh when you're stressing. Must I mention that the style is infectious? I gotta have it, I gotta have it. The rapid fire gabbing on my tablet. My boys established a gamut of information from relations to